data here that I want to use to actually do two things. Number one, if I just tell you to use your calculator with a set of data to find me the measures of variation, gentlemen, cool it. If I say, go to your calculator, find me range, standard deviation, interquartile range out of your calculator, how'd you get it to do it?
Menu, of course.
You start on a blank line. Okay, menu, stats, I'll buy that. Stat calculations.
One.
Number one variable stats.
And two.
Actually, I have two lists. Okay, so list 1 is class A, list 2 is class B. Okay. And so, if I could slide over, oops, too far, sorry, guys. This thing is jumpy. Right. You need to see one more. So, I can see the means of, this was test scores between these two classes. Their means were fairly similar. Not a lot of difference in their means. Where are their standard deviations? Which one? Yeah, the whistle thing here, 12.7 and 6.2. So what's that tell me as a teacher about my students? Their means were pretty similar. But this class A, the first class, 12.7, their average amount of variation on their test scores was 12.7, whereas these guys were 6.2. So that's a lot closer. These guys were very similar. Class B had very similar scores. Class A has a lot more variation in their scores. 12 points in average variation? That's like a whole letter grade. That's big for test scores. And then if I came on down, could I find my, if I actually want the range, you would have to do the maximum minus the minimum. You would have to subtract the highest and the lowest to get range. It doesn't give you range directly. But it does give you median. It gives you quartiles. How are you going to get interquartile range? I'm going to permanently separate you guys if you don't hush up. You would have to separate, you have to subtract the quartiles, and that'll give you the IQR, the interquartile range. So it's all there. You have to do a little bit of production. Okay. Yeah, their quartiles look fairly good. So what made their standard deviations be so wacky? Yeah, somewhere there's wild values, there may be outliers. Okay, can I get my calculator to make a box and whisker plot of this for me? Yeah. What do you suppose I need to do? Okay, I need to add a page. Data and statistics. Class A.
Menu.
I can. I'm going to do one at a time here. Okay, how do I get it to a box and whisker plot? Menu. Box.
Uh-oh.
Menu box plot. If it's all box plot, it doesn't write out box and whisker. It doesn't write box plot. Okay, so yeah, if you want to see the outlier, I can click on it. The 51 was an outlier. Okay, so can I add another one? Okay, but can I just go add it right now? Because actually, you can put more than one box plot on your calculator screen at the same time. It'll do up to 3 if you want it to do 3. You don't have to do a new page. We can put both of them on this same one so we can compare. Okay, but you think, okay, what if I change it to class B? It just showed me B. It didn't leave A on there. What if I want to see them both? You actually have to go to menu, and you have to tell it to let you add another X variable. Yeah, oops, but I went too far down. Sorry, I hit that. Let me try that again. Hold it. I hit that. Plot properties. I wanted to add an X variable. And I have B on here at the moment, so I'm going to add A back on there now. I clicked on something that's making it, yeah. Will you unselect? Once you unselect, dude, escape. It is not letting me. Okay. But you could actually go put up the A, B, and C on there at the same time and be able to see them and compare how are the two groups doing. So, okay, if I'm the teacher, what do I think of my test scores? B was, yeah, B was, maybe B didn't quite have as many high scores, but B as an overall group was way closer together. A was quite widespread.
So we have them.
Okay, that put a lot of back when they first started doing the assessment test way back in the 90s, we had to take all our data for everything we did in the school and make box and whisker plots out of it. And I had to teach the teachers in this building, A, what a box plot meant, how to read it, how it was calculated, so they could understand what this data meant. So, but it is very visual for seeing the spread of data. They're really helpful to see how your data spread. You can tell this box is really close together, so the middle 50% of my data those people were very, very similar. This one just had more variation to it.
You know, they never did tell us why we were supposed to be learning these when we did learn about them. I like them a lot better now that I know why you're supposed to do them.
Yeah, it's incredibly useful. If you want a quick way to see your data, people tend to think they figure the average and that tells them all they need to know. Spread tells you so much more. You gotta know how spread out your data is.